Tonight, we will be celebrating stories. Stories of people we honor, stories of people we admire, and stories of people we serve. Just one short year ago, I spoke to you of the need to widen the breadth and depth of our engagement of Jews in our community who don't feel a part of the community and who feel disengaged from active participation in Jewish life. At the time, I was thinking about the need to open our local Jewish tent to include more people through better and more sincere outreach to the intermarried, through more innovative opportunities for the unconnected or actively disconnected, through creative programming and engagement opportunities for the next generation. I was looking at Jewish life through my local lens. With those values in mind, during the last 12 months, the Federation spearheaded an important inclusion initiative, the aim of which is to ensure that all in our community have access to programs and services. We funded the first interfaith mission to Israel for intermarried couples and will sponsor the second such mission in this new year. This fall, we will also launch a new interfaith initiative made possible through a generous endowment from Jonas Wheel. I think we are on a good path. You should also know that our community agencies and synagogues continue to innovate and engage. Just a few examples, and remember we have 60 beneficiary agencies, so these are just a few examples. Covenant Place is poised to break ground on new facilities to provide modern, safe apartments for seniors. NORC, our non-sectarian program to help seniors age in place, just celebrated its 10th anniversary with a dinner in this room for nearly 400 residents. The JCC has just won the bid to hold the 2016 Maccabi Games here in St. Louis, a wonderful opportunity to engage and to serve not only Jews, but based on Jewish values of service and tikkun olam, non-Jews as well. Terrific work in engagement and outreach continues. Consistent with this focus, we chose as this year's campaign theme, Your Story is Our Story, to recognize the wide diversity within our St. Louis community. And then came the unexpected summer of 2014. As needs expanded overseas, Federation's focus returned to one of its core missions of attending to a safe and secure Israel and providing support to our Jewish community wherever and whenever it is needed. The murder of 4 innocent teenage boys in Israel, the subsequent war with Hamas, our emergency campaign to raise essential funds for thousands displaced by the violence and threats to their communities in Israel's south, the Russian invasion of the Ukraine, and the upsurge of anti-Semitism across the globe. One thing I have always admired about the Jewish community is that we engage with the challenges before us. Indeed, we embrace them. The Federation, in partnership with our beneficiary agencies and congregations, is concerned not only with the needs of our own local Jewish community. We have willingly embraced the needs of our Israeli families and of extremely vulnerable elderly Jews in the Ukraine. We heard and felt their stories with great poignancy this summer. I will personally never forget the memorial service in this room for the Israeli teens, the sharing of our collective grief for them and their families as if they were our own. For their stories are our stories too. As people who care deeply about Israel, we felt the profound impact of the longest war Israel has fought in many years. We also struggled morally with the deaths of so many innocent Palestinians. We prayed together, again in this room, for peace. And then, just as a ceasefire went into effect in Israel, we witnessed the profound explosion of long-simmering racial tension and pain in our neighboring community of Ferguson after the shooting death of Michael Brown. Members of the Jewish community immediately swung into action, finding ways to offer immediate help through food drives and rabbinic presence. And just recently, a number of congregations joined together to sponsor a day of service in the Ferguson community. There is a long and proud history in St. Louis of the Jewish and African American communities working together. And under the leadership of the JCRC, we are committed to participate in community-wide discussions about what constructive role we might play going forward. We must ask what should be our role when our own local community is in crisis. What expertise can we offer? What volunteer help is needed that we can also help provide? Your story is our story. Their story is our story. We are intimately connected not only to our local Jewish community, but to Israelis, to Ukrainians, and to non-Jews, both here and abroad. So, the wider tent I envisioned last year has grown even larger. You will hear much tonight of the ways in which Jewish values inform the lives and work of our honorees, reaching literally thousands of people. In this new year, my hope is that the Federation continues to find creative ways to widen the tent, to welcome the stranger, to work together with energy, with intelligence, and with clarity of purpose. Our mission remains to preserve and enhance Jewish life in St. Louis, Israel, and around the world, and we do so by serving people on the basis of enduring Jewish values. My husband, Jack, joins me in wishing you all a Lashana Tova, a healthy and sweet and peaceful new year. Thank you.